The question of where the world came from becomes even more mysterious, leading us to look into philosophy and theoretical ideas. Also, this shift in thinking makes cosmologists argue.
People have been interested in and made up stories about how everything started. Religion had answers, but as science and a more rational outlook grew, so did new ideas that tried to explain how we came to be. Enter famous physicist Brian Cox, whose groundbreaking BBC series, Universe, where everything begins and ends, takes us on a mind-blowing journey through time and space, testing our ideas and asking us to explore the unexplored areas of cosmic creation.
Brian Cox says in his series that the universe existed before the Big Bang, which is a shocking idea. As we keep trying to solve the mystery of the world,
if you define the Big Bang really carefully as the time when the universe was very hot and very dense, our best theory of how the universe got into that state is that there was a time before that, and it's called inflation. So the idea is the universe was there, in a sense, cold and empty, and expanded extremely fast. And that expansion slowed down and stopped. And the energy that was driving that expansion got dumped into space, heated it up, and made all the particles out of which we're made. And that's what we call the Big Bang.
Prepare to have your understanding of the universe shattered as renowned physicist Brian Cox unveils a mind-bending theory that challenges everything we thought we knew. In his groundbreaking series, Universe, where everything begins and ends, Cox takes us on a captivating journey through time and space, peering into the depths of cosmic mysteries. Brace yourselves, for Cox dares to reveal a secret that defies conventional wisdom. The universe may have existed before the Big Bang. Spoiler alert: the Big Bang, long believed to mark the birth of our universe, might only be a fraction of the mind-boggling story. Cox passionately argues that a time preceded this colossal explosion, painting a mesmerizing picture of a universe filled with pure energy and boundless potential. Imagine an ocean of rippling energy, gently shaping space as we know it. Join us on this mind-expanding odyssey as we embark on a journey through the infinite expanse of the universe. Strap in and get ready to have your perceptions shattered. This is the universe like you've never seen it before. Brian Cox is a well-known scientist and science speaker who is known around the world for his work in astronomy and his ability to explain complicated scientific ideas in a way that is interesting and easy to understand. He is still on a mission to challenge common knowledge and help us learn more about the universe. By being brave enough to think about the idea of a universe before the Big Bang, he pushes the limits of scientific thought and asks people to join him on a trip through time and space that will blow your mind. The vastness and wonders of the universe have always piqued people's interest and driven them to learn more. Since the beginning of time, in the last part of his series, Cox presents a bold theory that sends shockwaves through the scientific community and shakes the very foundations of our understanding.
the universe may have existed before the Big Bang. Some people are skeptical about this discovery, but it could change the way we think about the universe and the events that led to our creation. So let's go on a cosmic journey with Brian Cox to learn more about this mind-boggling idea. To understand what Cox's discovery means, we must first understand what a puzzle our universe is. Cox says it is an endless, inexhaustible paradox with trillions of planets, and that one of them grew people who could think about it. People have always wondered where the world came from, and faith theories have been the most common. But the growth of the modern world and the progress of science brought about new ways of looking at things. As our knowledge of the universe grew, so did our questions about how it all began. What caused the world to come into being? Was there something before the Big Bang, or was that the beginning of everything? Cox's discoveries go against what people have always thought and make us curious about what happened before the world as we know it. Georges Lemaitre, a Belgian priest, came up with the cosmic model that is used to explain why the world we can see exists. In the 1920s, Lemaitre came up with the idea that the universe started out as a single atom called the primordial atom and grew from there. This is called the Big Bang. This revolutionary idea is the basis of modern astronomy. As science has progressed, the Big Bang theory has been improved and shown to be true. Lemaitre's theory grew in popularity and acceptance as observations, like the finding of cosmic microwave background radiation, backed up the idea that the universe started as a small point and quickly grew from there. The Big Bang became the most common way to explain how the universe began and how planets, stars, and eventually, life itself came to be. Against this background, Brian Cox says in his series that the universe existed before the Big Bang, which is a shocking idea. By looking at what cosmic expansion means, Cox says that everything in the universe that we can see, including space itself, was once packed into a very small spot. But how small was this speck, and how did it get there? Cox's theory goes against what most people think because it says that the world came from a time before the Big Bang. Cox says that the Big Bang Theory's idea of a singularity is not the exact beginning of everything. Instead, it means a turning point. A change from one state to another. To better understand Cox's theory, we need to learn more about black holes and Roger Penrose's important work. Penrose's study into the math of black hole singularities led him to the idea of Hawking points. From Penrose's conformal circular cosmology theory, these points suggest a link between the end of one universe and the start of the next. This suggests that the universe's life is cyclical. The ideas of Cox and Penrose overlap, which makes it more likely that there was a universe before the Big Bang. The role of quantum changes in starting the creation of the universe is one of the most important things that back up Cox's theory. Quantum physics shows that empty space is not really empty. Instead, it is full of virtual particles that come and go all the time. These changes, which happen on a scale that is almost impossible to imagine, can cause tiny changes in the amount of energy in space. Over time, these differences can grow, leading to the production of matter and the structures we see today in the world. Cox thinks that quantum changes in a world that was already there could have been the start of our own. Through the interaction of cosmic inflation and quantum effects, areas with more energy could grow, which could lead to the birth of new worlds in the vast space of the universe. Cox takes us on a trip through space and time to prove his theory. He looks at faraway galaxies and studies what they are made of and how they act to learn about our universe's past. Missions to space that are on the cutting edge, like the James Webb Space Telescope, promise to give us a better picture of the early universe and a look at what happened before the Big Bang. Cox hopes to find proof that his groundbreaking theory is true by putting together the pieces of the puzzle of cosmic microwave background radiation and gravitational wave traces. The idea that there was a world before the Big Bang brings up a lot of questions and consequences. If Cox's theory is true, it challenges our ideas about what causes what, how time works, and even what it means to be alive. Some are still skeptical, while others are excited about the idea of a multiverse or a circular universe. How does accepting the acceptance of a universe before the Big Bang challenges traditional notions of causality, the concept of time, and the origin of life itself? Cox's bold idea that there was a universe before the Big Bang has far-reaching effects that test what we thought we knew about the world. If his idea turns out to be true, it will change the way we think about cause and effect, time, and even the structure of life itself. One of the most important things about Cox's theory is that it challenges our ideas about what causes what. The Big Bang has been thought of for a long time as the beginning of the world when everything we know started. Cox's idea, on the other hand, suggests that there may have been a time and place before this huge blast. This makes us wonder what might have come before the world and what might have caused it to start. It asks us to rethink the idea that causes lead to effects in a straight line and to consider the possibility that cosmic creation is circular or linked. Also, Cox's idea questions the way we think about time. The idea that there was a world before the Big Bang means that time as we know it may have been around before the Big Bang. It asks us to think about the nature of time beyond what we usually know and to consider the idea of a state without time or a different way for time to move forward. This way of rethinking time opens up interesting new ways to explore and think about life. Also, Cox's idea makes us think deeply about where life came from and what it means to be alive. If the world was around before the Big Bang, we might want to think about the conditions and processes that might have led to life as we know it. It makes us think about the idea of a multiverse or a circular universe in which the creation and destruction of worlds are part of a constant cycle. These ideas test the way we've always thought about where life came from and show us how we fit into the big picture of the universe. Cox's theory also causes cosmologists, thinkers, and scientists to argue and talk about it. Some people are still doubtful and question the proof and possible problems with his idea. Some people are excited by the idea of a multiverse or a rotating universe, which could give them new ideas about how reality works at its core. These arguments drive scientific study and encourage scientists to look for more proof and try out different ideas that can help explain how the world began and how it changed over time. When we think about Cox's theory, we are aware of how science, philosophy, and our understanding of the world are all tied together. Exploring such mind-boggling ideas crosses academic lines and makes us ask deep philosophical questions about what it means to be alive, where the world came from, and where we fit in it. Brian Cox's bold idea that the universe existed before the Big Bang questions our long-held views and opens up new areas for scientific research. It makes us think again about what causes what time is, and where life came from. By taking on these tasks, we start an intellectual trip that not only helps us learn more about the universe, but also makes us more appreciative of its beauty and wonders. Cox's theory makes us curious and calls us to push the limits of what we know, leading us to a deeper understanding of where we fit in the big picture of the universe. How does Cox's theory align with the multiverse or a cyclic universe? Brian Cox's idea that the universe existed before the Big Bang is based on how quantum changes affect cosmic inflation. To understand how important Cox's ideas are, you must understand the importance of these ideas. Quantum physics is a part of physics that studies how matter and energy behave at the smallest sizes. It tells us a lot about how the world works. Quantum physics says that empty space is not really empty. Instead, it is full of virtual particles that appear and disappear all the time. This is called quantum fluctuations. These changes happen on a scale that is almost impossible to imagine, and they can cause tiny changes in the amount of energy in space. Cox's theory says that in a world before the Big Bang, these quantum changes could have been a big reason why our universe came into being. The tiny changes in energy density may have led to the formation of areas with more energy, which could have led to the birth of new worlds in the vast expanse of the cosmos. Cosmic inflation is a process in which space expands at a faster and faster rate. This interesting idea questions the way we usually think about how the world began. Cox's theory says that the universe didn't start from a single point with the Big Bang, but from a more complex and linked web, with universes being born from the quantum fabric of a universe that came before them. The relationship between quantum changes and cosmic inflation gives us a powerful way to think about the wide range of structures and events we see in the world today. It gives a possible way for the differences in energy density and matter distribution to have come about, which could have led to the creation of galaxies, stars, and eventually life as we know it. Cox looks at faraway galaxies and studies what they are made of and how they act to test and back up his theory. He uses cutting-edge astronomy projects like the James Webb Space Telescope to learn more about the early universe and figure out what signs the Big Bang and the time before it left behind. Cox wants to prove his novel theory by putting together the pieces of the puzzle. He does this by carefully studying cosmic microwave background radiation, which is a tiny residue of the early universe, and gravitational wave tracks. By closing the gap between theoretical ideas and evidence from observations, he hopes to back up his paradigm-shifting ideas with proof. Cox's theory has effects that go far beyond the field of astronomy. They make us think deeply about philosophical and psychological questions about our lives. If the universe did exist before the Big Bang, it makes us think about how creation works in cycles, how long cosmic time is, and how everything in the universe is linked. Also, Cox's theory makes cosmologists, scientists, and thinkers want to have heated arguments and conversations. As experts question, debate, and look into the effects and limits of Cox's ideas, they do so with a mix of skepticism and interest. This academic conversation adds to science research and supports the search for other ideas and models that can help us learn more about the world before the Big Bang. Brian Cox's theory of the universe before the Big Bang, which focuses on quantum changes and cosmic inflation, offers a new way of thinking about how the universe came to be. Cox asks us to rethink where our universe came from and how everything in it is linked by looking at the deep effects of quantum changes and how they affect the growth of the universe. Scientists try to find proof and learn more about the universe before the Big Bang by doing studies and talking about it. This helps us see how the universe has changed and where we fit into it, how we understand the beginning of the universe, and how it has led to arguments among cosmologists. Brian Cox's idea that the universe existed before the Big Bang not only goes against what we usually think about how the universe began, but it also sparks heated discussions among cosmologists and other scientists. This theory has implications for astronomy, philosophy, and even the structure of the world itself. One of the most important things that Cox's theory means is that the idea of a singularity needs to be rethought. In the Big Bang theory, which is generally believed, the singularity is a point with infinite mass and temperature where the world began. Cox, on the other hand, says that the singularity is not the beginning of everything, but rather a place where one state changes into another. This goes against the common belief that the singularity is the exact beginning of the universe. This has caused cosmologists to rethink how the universe was made and whether or not there were previous cosmic epochs. Cox's theory has effects that go beyond the field of astronomy. They make people wonder about the nature of cause and effect, what time is, and whether there is more than one world. When we try to figure out what caused the universe before the Big Bang, we have to rethink our ideas about what causes what and how the universe works. Also, the idea of a multiverse or a rotating universe brings up deep philosophical questions about the nature of reality, the possibility of alternative lives, and our place in this huge cosmic fabric. The fact that cosmologists and other scientists disagree about Cox's idea shows how fast science moves forward. Skepticism and critical thinking are important parts of the scientific process. This is why researchers look for other possible answers and try to figure out how true Cox's ideas are. Scientists talk about how excited they are about the idea of a multiverse or a circle universe, which encourages them to look at things from different points of view and come up with new theories that may offer different ways to explain how the universe started and how it changed over time. Brian Cox's bold discovery of a universe before the Big Bang gives us a new way to look at the cosmic story that is happening all around us. By questioning the common idea that the Big Bang created a single point, Cox invites us to explore new areas of how the universe came to be. As we keep trying to solve the mystery of the world, the trip becomes just as interesting as the goal itself. Let's welcome the wonders that lie beyond and go on an intellectual journey of discovery and thought, an adventure that helps us learn more about the universe and the amazing story that led us here. As we conclude our exploration into the possibility of a pre-Big Bang universe, we are left with more questions than answers. The mysteries of our cosmic origins continue to intrigue and inspire scientists and enthusiasts alike. Could there have been a universe before our own? What secrets lie hidden in the depths of time and space? Share your thoughts and speculations. Do you believe in the existence of a pre-Big Bang universe? What implications could it have for our understanding of the cosmos?
Thanks for watching. Show your support by subscribing, ringing the bell, and enabling notifications.